G'day guys, One Man Clan. You're about to listen to our Drive in a Chat, which was recorded on the 10th of June 2020. I'm speaking to you now on the 15th of June 2020, which US time is the 14th. Jeez, it's complicated. You know, I actually spoke to someone who's an actual flat earther earlier in the week. Yes, they really exist. Oh no, now I'm going to get all this mail. GMC, you don't understand. It's real. The earth really is flat. It's a big conspiracy, man. Anyway, I'm interrupting this broadcast to let you know that some of the stuff I talk about here, it's going to be a spoiler, but basically I'm going to discuss two bugs which have since been fixed. Okay, there's the standing on the head bug. It's been fixed. And the axe throwing bug, which I think has been fixed. I'm confident enough because I figured out, credit to Cloud, by the way, who was able to replicate this crash bug. And I know some dirty, scummy, filthy players out there are disappointed in that they haven't got this little secret thing they can crash the server with. You'll have to come up with something else, dudes. Meanwhile, that's been fixed, and I still don't know if it's got anything to do with the axe throwing bug. And if you're new to AGR, you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. So go to attackersgored.com, click on the FAQ, have a read, and all you need to know is shop at 2300 GMT. What's GMT? It's UTC, America. Oh, geez, New York, 7 p.m. Okay, and come and play and go to read the FAQs. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So some of the bugs have been fixed, and I was actually going to put this as an epilogue at the end. But then what if people stop listening halfway through this, think it's still needs fixing? And I was going to put, guys, listen to the end for a special message, but everyone's going to jump to the end. I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoy this Drive in a Chat. And I tried to do a studio version. I thought, Drive in a Chat, the sound quality is not as good as it is right now. But there's a vibe, man, when I'm driving in the car. I'm tired now. I'm going to go to bed. Okay, listen to the Drive in a Chat, and I'll see you very shortly. I've got to get some sleep. All right, see you soon. G'day guys, One Man Clan. I'm driving, and I invite you to join me as I chat and think about AGR. I'm kind of tired. It's been I've got a headache. So part of the reason I'm talking is just to keep myself awake. And also I'm coding something at the moment, which is quite interesting. There's a few bugs at the moment, and usually I don't talk about bugs because certain naughty people are going to exploit them. What the hell? Yeah, what the hell? All right. At the moment, you can stand on someone's head and they can't move. And I've been looking through the code, and I don't exploit it, dudes. See, this is the thing. I'm just now. I know certain people are going to exploit it just because I thought, well, whatever. Actually, that'll put pressure on me to fix it. It's what is it now? Wednesday evening in Melbourne, Australia, and just people driving like idiots. I'm gonna. So what's that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've got 3.5 days to fix it. Which is, you stand on someone's head and they can't move. And I checked the original Quake. Actually, I went to the Mega TF server just to see what is normal TF behavior, normal Quake behavior, and it's really interesting. I don't know if it's Mega TF, but normal Quake, like normal Quake deathmatch, what happens if one player stands on top of another? And the answer is they kind of slide off. It's actually quite interesting. And at some point, I did something. So in AGR, you don't slide off, you just stand there, and I've what the hell is this guy doing? And I've no memory of what I could have changed. And unfortunately, this is the thing. I did some changes, because what happens is when I do change the code, sometimes I delete files, I have brand new files, and the structure is so... to cut a long story short, I can't revert. I can't go back to a time. It's really fiddly, and there's a program called Tortoise SVN which I use, which I'm getting this all tech talk now. This really should be a separate AGR dev chat. But anyway, for the layman's terms, there's a thing called serial. I can't go back. It's difficult to go back and figure out how to fix this. And whatever, I'll fix it. I'll work on it. Okay, you're not supposed to jump on people. Or actually, what should happen when you jump on someone? I think the slipping off thing makes sense. And there's no, I mean, you know, it's a bug, unintended behaviour which is causing a problem, and you're not supposed to stand on someone that they're able to move. Okay. So anyway, I might not upload this. Actually, you know what? I'll upload this only if it fixes it. I don't know. Meanwhile, I've got another secret special thing, which, again, I don't want to tell you, man. Look, I'll tell you now. Look, I'm not going to upload this until maybe the weekend. I don't know. And that is a change to the turret. A certain player's been going red and exploiting. It's not an exploit. It's valid gameplay. Which is you go red and you holding out. You go red and you go and build a sentry gun on the enemy base, and you turret it. And it's a kind of lame. It's not really. It's not really an exploit. It's not against gameplay. And I kicked this particular guy who was doing it relentlessly. I said, listen, just don't do it every match. And of course, he said, oh well, great. It's Bugs OMC. I guess I'll do it every match now. And I kicked him, but he didn't do it. He did do it last week, but he didn't go overboard with it. He mixed it up a bit, which is all I want, man. If you found an exploit and it's making the game unfun for other people, moderation. Don't come across as a dick, because then I'll get rid of the dickness, the dickheadedness. The way I look at it is, I'm not. The payment that I get from this in 2020, the payment, the reward, the money, it's not cash, the payment I get is fun. I get paid in fun. So if I'm not having fun, then I'm not getting my money's worth. So don't steal my fun. So again, it's a tiny minority of players that are going to be like, oh great, we'll do that. Anyway, the point is, I've had an idea with the turret, which is to make the turret, instead of hitting once and the turret goes all the way up, make it manual. You hit the turret and you hit it and it goes up a bit, and you got to go quicker, keep hitting it till it goes up a bit. And I've kind of done it. Did it last night, and it's one of those things that is easier than I thought. And it's funny, just doing new things is easier than fixing bugs, I'll tell you now, man. So anyway. So that's it. I'm quite excited about that. Oh, 5 minutes. Geez, already 6 minutes. Jeez. The other thing we had, the longest, last Sunday, which for me was Monday, was the longest AGR marathon in history. I couldn't believe it. Started at 9 a.m. for me. Oh, this is embarrassing. Anyone listen to this. Guess what time we finished? And normally AGR, the emphasis is on, at the session, is to get there on time, 2300 GMT, right? Synchronized. And that's so that people haven't got time and you sit around waiting. The guarantee, 2300 GMT, rock up, boom, 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 on the spot. And normally goes for around 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes less, 2 hours is like, very occasionally more, 5. Guess how many hours we did last Sunday? 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 8.5 hours. 8.5 hours. There was one intermission early on. Then it crashed. I think there was a second intermission. And people stuck around. And those that took a break just changed their names to, blah, 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 be right back. So everyone. And I'll tell you, it was fantastic. Oh my God. It was brilliant. Jeez. And I'll tell you, because it's almost like the first 3 or 4 hours were like a warm-up. Because towards the end we did it for 2:45, which was spectacular. It was amazing. And it was almost like everybody was in the zone. It's the strangest thing. It's almost like you think it's kind of tired but focused. And the gameplay was just amazing. I thought that was just... Anyway, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, this... And for a joke, I said, I'm going to be the last man standing. And I stuck around, and eventually everybody was really tired. It got to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in America. Or was it 3? I don't know. Actually, what is it? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.5 hours. So in New York, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 30 in the morning. And I tell you, I think the 2 guys that rock up in the end were Brazilians. How do I know? Well, because they didn't talk much, but they were really, really focused. They were playing. They knew I did it on purpose. I put it on 2:45 because I thought, okay, I don't know these guys, but they look like they know what they're doing, which means they definitely know 2:45. And oh man, they took to like a duck to water. It was brilliant. It was one of the most. I might even do a review of that game at some point. It's just, and the other game was a map called, what's it called? F-Trial 3. F-Trial 3 it's called, which normally is impossible. I put it on, I was like, all right, this is not going to work, obviously. This is just one of those, it's completely symmetrical, right up to the doorway of the flag room. 2 completely separate paths, so literally the only one place there is one doorway. And my partner, who was, I don't know who my partner was, I don't remember now. It wasn't Jonan. But we came up with this strategy. I think he was a Piper. It was Piper and I was a chap. And man, it was brilliant. Anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there because I'm tired even talking this way. But yeah, I'm excited about that. That was an amazing session, and I don't think that record's going to be broken. I think the longest session ever was about 3:30, 4, but 5:30, man, it was like, geez, as in other words, 6 hours, but 8.5, man, it was amazing. Anyway. So that's it. That was brilliant. That's all I got to say. I got to fix a few. There was another bug I got to fix as well. What was it? Oh, the axe throwing bug. I don't know. It's Oh, there was a crash. I don't remember what the crash. Yeah, weird. Oh, that's the thing that bugs me. It was something to do with the medic axe. The bug was the medic axe, which confuses me because I had disabled the throwable axe, which I'm sure I've talked about before. I've disabled the throwable axe, but this was a very similar error, and but I disabled the axe, so I have no idea what caused this. Anyway, and the worst thing of all is the intermittent, the bugs you can't reproduce. If you can reproduce it, for those that don't know, if you can reproduce a bug, that's 90% of the battle. 90%. So, that's how you make it do it. Cool, that's how you make it. The worst bugs, the ones that you just can't reproduce, some circumstance, some set of variables, when the universe is aligned in a certain way, if this and if that, at this particular time, the exact same thing, then boom, crash. And there's clues, but anyway, that's about it. And I'm nearly home. I'm tired, jeez. But it's winter in Melbourne, just so you know. It's really bad because 5:30 p.m. feels like 9 p.m. it's dark and it's cold and it's tired, and you look at the window and it's like, oh yeah, and then look at the clock and today was 6:15. I thought, 6:15? Jeez, it feels like I'm getting ready to go to bed. Anyway, which means, I think it's winter started here, which means in America, summer is there. Oh, I hope you're enjoying your riots. Oh, jeez. On TV, Australian TV, I don't know what American TV is like. They're calling them the protesters, demonstrators. It's like, come on, man. And someone was joking about, yeah, I'm so upset about the guy that died. Because I'm so upset, I'm going to steal myself a TV. Anyway, it's just a joke. But yeah, it's impossible to know, of course, what is TV making something, a big thing versus reality. Of course, they're never going to say things are under control. And that's right. Today they said something about. They said, the president put troops and the streets were fairly quiet. And I'm like, okay. And they said, but last night, and then of course they showed the footage for the night before. So I said, okay, so they didn't have any footage from today. They're like, what are we going to do? We haven't got any footage of. We'll show yesterday's footage just to make the story exciting. Should I not be talking about stuff like that, man? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that it's on the news. I always struggle with that. To not talk about current events versus. Anyway, look, I'm gonna hang up. I was gonna say hang up. I'm not gonna hang up. I'm tired. I'm not gonna hang up. I'm going to end the discussion. I hope you're doing well. And what time is it? 14 minutes. Jeez. And I hope you look forward to seeing you at this weekend session with the new turret, the manually raised turret. And it's no big deal. It's not gonna make a big change to gameplay. However, it just means that until the turret goes up, you'll be temporarily vulnerable, and you can't just go boom straight away. So which means people get a chance. The enemy gets a chance to kill it, and so the further away you are from teammates, then the harder, the more challenging it will be. Anyway, okay. Have a great day.